welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm switching things up because I recently got my cloth and paper back from repair, which I'll talk about in a minute. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone for returning and watching my videos. I've been really loving all the interaction on my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would ask that you please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So I purchased this cloth and paper A5 contoured planner. I think it was in December 2023, and I absolutely adore this planner. But unfortunately, a couple of weeks ago, the rings completely detached from the planner and I wasn't able to get them back on. So I was devastated because this planner is no longer available to purchase on their website. So I reached out to their customer service department and I asked them, is there any way at all that it could be repaired? So they said, yes, absolutely. It is discontinued, but send it back and we will repair it. So I did that. And the other day it arrived back in absolutely perfect condition. So I am super happy with that service from Cloth and Paper. And just really happy to have this planner back. So the rings are really good and they're no longer slipping off of the mechanism. So now that I have it back, I am switching things around a bit because this planner was always going to be part of my collection. So as you may have seen, I recently made this HR elevation planner, which is part of my career planning series. So I'm going to move this one into the cloth and paper, and then I have a new use for this planner itself. So let me just move that in here, and then I'm going to actually work on this planner a little bit over the weekend. So my HR planner, what is that about? So I have recently I'm almost finished my postgraduate diploma in leadership in health and well-being. And I have decided, instead of going on to do the master's in the well-being, I am going to go back and get the master's in HR. And the reason I want to do that is because it's linked to my professional qualification later down the line. So 2 more years of study and I will be completely qualified and won't have to do any more university study anyway. So along with that, I have my academic planner for my assignments. I have my work planner, as you know, for my work, like daily work tasks. Then I also have a couple of A5 planners that I use, and I call them my elevation planners. So this one is my HR business partner elevation planner. So what that is a planner where I can research, study, really delve into all areas of the business partnering model that I need to brush up on. I'm doing a course in work at the moment about it, so it's great because it's giving me a deep dive into areas like, commercial acumen, return on investment, stakeholder management, all that kind of thing. So I'm using the planner as a tool with that. So first section in here, I'm putting in these read, watch and listen inserts, and these were from myroadmap.com. And as I find podcasts, YouTube videos, articles, things like that, I can write them in here for me to read, watch and listen at a later date. And then I have a section, sorry, did I do that right? Yeah, and then I have a section for my actual business partner course. I need to work on these sections as well, so I might come back and tweak some of these. I have printed out a report from, who was this from again? I think it was PwC. Anyway, it's about the future of work, and it has things like talent management, comp and ben, mobility, culture and change and all that. And I really want to look at this study and do a bit of research off of that for my own organization. I have a section on people metrics that I want to look at. there is this HR strategy and business alignment workbook. And this planner is in its infancy, so I need to go back and actually start researching these and working on them as the course progresses. This is a 9-step process to improve the HR business partner performance. Again, just some things in there that I want to do further research on. Another one from Knowledge City. And then there's this HR change toolkit. I like these workbooks because they get you to, you know, really think about things and work through, you know, real life examples that you might have come across in your own workplace. Okay, and then this no time for fake dashboard. This actually was also from my roadmap, and I didn't really go in any planner, but I had earmarked it for this one. So I've switched into that now. I am going to use this going forward as part of my work planner collection, and I'll do another video setting this up, you know, when I've really worked on the sections and stuff. But for now, that is my HR elevation planner back in the cloth and paper contoured planner. And you can see that this planner from my roadmap is quite similar in that it is also that contoured leather look. This one is more structured. This one is soft, but this is equally as nice. And for the price point, I mean, this was about €50 and this was probably well over €100, with customs and stuff added on top of that as it comes from the US. Okay, so what is my plans now for this one? So in this one, I am going to have another dedicated work planner. So this is going to be my learning and development planner. Okay, now actually I need to take, the rings are really tight on this one as well. I need to take this out. This belongs in here. So I must have missed one along the way. Anyway, and these plastic dividers, guys, I get these on Temu now because I no longer will pay 17 or 18 euro from cloth and paper when you can buy them on Temu for 2 or 3 quid. Okay, so the plans for this one then. This is going to become my learning and development planner. And in a moment, I'll just briefly show you quickly what planners I have for work in total. So I thought this Bloom dashboard from Infinite Lotus was fitting for anything got to do with, you know, HR or training or anything, because Bloom, it's all about, you know, continually developing yourself. So that fits in there nicely. I haven't worked on the sections for this yet, so I won't be doing a full video, but I'll give you an idea of the types of things I want to put in here. So I'm going to have my inbox. I'm obviously going to have notes section. And then I am going to have a number of sections. First one being Train the Trainer. So I am actually going to do a Train the Trainer course on Tuesday with work, and Train the Trainer can be applied to any training. So it's about giving you the skills as a facilitator to effectively deliver training in any context. So I'm going to have that as my first section anyway, but then I need to work on making the rest of this planner over the coming weeks. So I want to do, you know, articles, models, kind of best practice, anything got to do with learning and development. I'll have a look on the CIPD for some fact sheets and things, maybe courses or modules I might want to take in university when I go back to the Masters in September. But this is basically going to be my dedicated learning and development planner. And this is, it will have both learnings for me, and also practical to-dos for that I can apply practically in the workplace. So that's going to be learning. So I will come back to you guys when I have this all set up. So just to show you everything I'm using for work at the minute, which is a lot. So we'll have the Learning and Development Planner. We have my work planner, as you know, which is my actual planning, where the actual planning goes, in an A5, my work planner. Along with that, as I showed in my last video, I also have my extension notebook, which is a classic Happy Planner notebook, and that just has project management sheets and various other worksheets when I need lots of space to write. I then have my personal development planner. So my personal development planner is something that's personal to me. It's not really about work itself. It's more like my career goal and life planning, mastering certain areas, personal growth, influence, brand, values, you know, all different workbooks about being agile, creating work-life balance, planning goals. These goals planning sheets actually are from my roadmap as well. So I have that. I have my personal development planner. I think I need to do a proper career planning series when I have some of these worked on again. And then what else do I have for work? So I have one other planner for work, and this is just a HR reference binder. So in here I have an audit checklist up the front, quite a comprehensive one, for all the different areas of HR that you might need to audit in an organization. I have our WRC remedy table, which at a glance tells me what the penalty is for breaking certain employment laws. I have a number of employment updates from our business partner. So we partner with RDJ for our legal advice, and they do regular insights, deep dives into employment law, and I keep them as a reference because the laws change so often and you need to know at a glance what the new regulations are. So I have those in there, and then I have a whole host of CIPD fact sheets that I use to reference various HR issues as issues crop up in work. So that's my HR reference planner. Okay, so that's just a quick overview of a few changes I've made and what I'm using from work. So stay tuned for a more in-depth look on each of those planners and how I use them throughout my career. And I'll see you again shortly for another video.